everywhere I went on a publicity junket for one of my directed films, I'd get asked the question, inevitably by a journalist, when's the next indie coming out? And they weren't asking me the question, because there was a hidden agenda. It was a piece of news. They wanted to know for themselves, not even for the radio station or TV station or newspaper they were representing or magazine they were representing. They wanted to know for themselves. And they would always say to me, sometimes not even on camera, are you going to make another Indiana Jones picture? And that was a question that was not only asked of me, and of course I did nothing about it, but it was asked of Harrison. And I know it was asked of George. And all of us have been asked that question. Harrison was the center of this piece from the very beginning. The casting of that man to play that role was the most important thing we did, more important than my directing it, all the writers that came in to write all the different episodes. More important than almost the sum of all of its parts was the fact, in my mind, that this series would not have been as successful as it was if it were not for Harrison Ford playing that role. And when I realized that the strength of Indiana Jones is the way we fashion this for Harrison, not just the MacGuffin, the concept, but fashioning this character to still be Indiana Jones, that was the key for all of us. And it was when I was watching dailies on Disturbia that I knew he was going to be Mutt in Indy 4. I said, there's just no doubt about it. That's who it's going to be. I sent George Lucas dailies from Disturbia. George saw the dailies, loved Shia, and said, go ahead and cast him. Director friends of mine who have worked with her said, don't be surprised if she disappears into this character. And they were absolutely right. She totally disappeared into Irina Spalko. And she reappears the second I say cut. I really wanted, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull to be a blood relative of the previous three. And therefore, it's practical sets. It's all kinds of booby traps. It's all sorts of exotic locations. If not around the entire world, the way the first movie globe-trotted, it's a little more limited because a lot takes place in the U.S., which none of the other films really did. But certainly we go to South America, and we go to Central America, and we go to the Southwest. We go to the East Coast of, where Marshall College is, and we do travel on this film. I think this is the quintessential family movie. I think the movie is, as the other films have been, for people who don't know Indiana Jones, who maybe have never seen the DVD or a tape, or even seen it on television. I think you can see this movie uninformed about who Indiana Jones ever was or is, and absolutely sit there and get this original story handed to you on a sterling silver platter. And I think this is the kind of movie, not just for the fans, but for people who don't follow the series and who are young and who don't know what this guy has been through, but are about to witness, perhaps for the first time, what he's about to go through. And they're going to go along on the ride.